Sure. So my name is Catherine Friedman, and I am the founder of Habitats by Cat. So excited to be doing this presentation with my business partner, Cari Briner. My company is a travel agency that actually works with real estate agents to give them discounts on travel, but also a way to grow their real estate businesses. Cari, do you want to say anything before I?
No, I'm excited to be here. I met Kat and I saw about her vision for Habitats by Cat, what she was doing and how it integrates with real estate. And being somebody who's been in real estate for 24 years, I honestly thought it was genius. And so that is why she and I got connected, and the rest is history. So I'm super excited to be here today to chat about the opportunity with you.
Thank you. So a little background on, I guess, what Habitats by Cat is and how it's born. I'm based in New York City, which I'll get to an introduction with myself personally a little bit later. But the whole notion of joining the Habitat is really providing entrepreneurs, so realtors, travel bloggers, anyone that's self-employed, the tools and the resources to do their job better, to grow their businesses easier and quicker. And when I was first starting my business, there were so many questions and things I couldn't figure out. And then I found the solutions for these problems, but they weren't affordable for me. And over time, it really started to help me develop a platform that other entrepreneurs could take advantage of that was more turnkey so that others didn't have to go through some of the pain that I went through when growing Habitats by Cat. So today, the Habitat is truly where you can grow your business and really have it thrive. We spend more time with our colleagues and growing our businesses more than our family and friends. So when you think of your habitat and your environment and where you put yourself to grow your business, it is crucial for your success.
There is no doubt about that. I tell people every single day, and I've been in business for 24 years, you'll hear more about that, but the people and environment you surround yourself with and the conversations are what you grow into. And you just have to be so cautious and just so mindful of that, because it literally can be what will create an environment for you to either survive or to thrive. And it is so important, because that's why it's such a big conversation about how do we, balance our work and our life, which I like to talk about it a lot more in terms of integration, because we do spend a lot of our lives with our work in some way, shape, or form, especially as entrepreneurs. So we have to make sure that we're enjoying it. We are brought up and lifted up by the people and the tribe around us, our habitat, and that is going to leak into our life too. Because if we aren't having success in business, or if we're stressed out or we're not enjoying it, that does leak in negatively to our life, and vice versa. And so I love that you bring up habitat as a noun, and like the environmental conditions that someone needs to not only survive, but thrive. And as entrepreneurs, I think we should be thinking about that more than we do.
100%. You have to treat your business like it's something you touch and feel every day, and you want to put it somewhere where you can be successful.
Yeah.
So a little bit about me and who I am. I am based in New York City. I've been here almost for 10 years. Before I was in real estate and started my business, I worked for Marriott Hotels for close to 10 years. I was representing Marriott and Starwood brands globally. I was managing a $40 million account portfolio, primarily tech companies such as Salesforce, Amazon, Google, Facebook, etc. And while I loved my career at Marriott and in the hotel business, I really wanted a change for the reasons we were talking before. I was ready to advance myself. I really wanted to build something on my own. And so I started my real estate career in 2018. And I was so fortunate to find some quick success in real estate. In my first 18 months, I sold over $20 million in New York City real estate. And I really contribute that to the hospitality training I had with Marriott. I approach customer service, communication with clients different, because I worked in the hotel business for so long. And as I was growing my travel agency and also growing my real estate business, it truly morphed into a larger platform that now real estate agents can take advantage of, especially from a training perspective. So I'm really excited to speak with you all further on that.
So I just have to say, someone who's been in the business for as long as I have, in the last 12 of them, really coaching people inside of the real estate industry, for someone to come into real estate, particularly in a market like New York City, in 18 months to sell over 20 million is just a huge feat. There are a lot of people in their first year in real estate that only sell a couple homes. And so what I love about this is that, for those that partner with us, they really get your perspective around, it's not like you've been in business for 30 years,
No.
right? And maybe they're newer, they can do this too. Having your training that you're bringing from your past experience to them, which they're not going to get anywhere else in a traditional real estate market because nobody else is teaching this stuff. And by bringing Habitats by Cat travel into it and combining the two, which I think is quite frankly just genius. It's just like something that is going to stand people apart, no matter if they're new to real estate or they've been in real estate for 20 years. You can take this and really level up your business in a way that you find joy and alignment, which is really critical too. So I'm excited about that because Kat, you've had a lot of success, and people want to have that when they get into real estate. And I think you have some secret sauces here and experiences that you're definitely sharing with our partners, which to me is just really invaluable. So I'm excited about that. I am a real estate leader and a coach. I am Kat's business partner here at eXp Realty. Right now we have over 150 realtors in 23 states within our group that we coach, train, and help to grow their business and level up. Prior to that, however, I did build a national business and life coaching company. We helped over 500 real estate agents in just 2 years. I sold that just before joining the eXp world because I just saw a greater opportunity to pour into people and not actually have to charge them for it. And I think it's important that I say that because we'll get into this, but when we partner together, I just realized what brought me joy and what I really wanted to spend the rest of my career doing. And it's really helping entrepreneurs. It's helping them be creative, authentic, level up their business, have a good life together with a big business, which a lot of people don't think is possible. And it really is, with the right environment, with the right people around you, with the right mindset and systems and tools and things like that. So when I was able to come here, I really was able to, instead of grow this national coaching company that was just really transactional, pay X per month and get X amount of 30-minute phone calls, which to me just wasn't as an alignment with my behavior style and what I like to do. I want to be partners with people. I want to partner with them. I want to have success through them and with them, and that when they win, I win. And there's not this transactional, this money for this amount of time. So all of the people that partner with us get coaching and training from me and access to me one-on-one, and there's no charge to it. And that really was what drew me to this environment, which I'm super excited now that Kat and I get to be in business together to help those of you that have interest in being in our network. So prior to building the national coaching company, in the last 24 years, I've been everything from a top producing real estate agent for 10 of those years to the CEO of actually the #1 real estate brokerage in the state of Minnesota. And then I actually led a really large expansion team, which ended up being in 25 states. So I'm very familiar with helping people throughout the country, helping them collaborate together, learn from each other. That's what I get excited about in this network, because I know we're going to have people all throughout the US and likely throughout the world, and how we can actually help each other as collaborative partners versus competitors is really, really cool. So that's what I like to do. Of course, I have some great accolades. I'm being a coach, and I'm proud of those, but most importantly, I'm really proud of, the people that I've partnered with throughout the years, and I've just helped them succeed and have a better life alongside of it.
100%. And I think why I was really drawn to Cari's experience is what she already has under her belt with expansion teams and really how to scale brands and to scale businesses. And even if people are listening to this and they just want to grow their business as a realtor, you can take Cari's experience as expanding brokerages and expanding teams and figure out how you can apply that to your day-to-day in your local market to generate your sales. So the networking and sharing of best practices is really, I think, what our team is going to be really successful.
Yes.
So our vision, really what the problem that I think we are really trying to solve is, the first thing, provide realtors multiple revenue streams. What I've learned quickly in New York City is there are some realtors that would be amazing in this business, but after 6 or 8 months, when they haven't generated enough revenue, they have to leave real estate to get a job, which makes sense. We all have bills to pay and we need to live a life. But if they were to hold out for another 3, 4, 5 months, they could have been growing major revenue and really would have finally jumpstart their business. So it's really planting those seeds. But if we can give realtors another revenue stream, it allows them more time to stay in this business, to grow their business, so that then they can flourish from it after they plant all those seeds. So outside of that, a benefit program to keep you whole. If you're anything like me, I had some nice benefits at Marriott, and coming into real estate and being self-employed, I'm paying my own insurance. I don't have a 401k anymore. So benefit programs are so important for yourself personally, your family, and your life. A high commission, low fee structure. This also really resonates with me because you need to capture as much of your earnings as possible. So you have the control to reinvest into your business as you see fit. You need the control, not your broker. So that low fee, high commission structure is how you can get the tools and the technology and the administrative support you need on the back end. But when you get a majority of your commissions, you have the marketing control and that power to reinvest back into your business, and we can help you do that. Training and marketing resources, we're going to really speak into that further. You have the option to grow your own team within our network. If you are a leader, if you feel that you can build a team of your own, we will help you do that, and we will remain behind the scenes, and a community and network that you can count on.
It's literally what everybody wants to have in real estate. And sometimes why they join more of the traditional brokerages or teams, because they think, that's going to give them the majority of these items, but then it's a few of these items they don't get that actually really detriment them, to your point. And so the cool thing is that we really feel like we've done nothing's perfect. And I think this is really a great mix of what people really want from a team concept, but doesn't take away the autonomy or the money that a lot of the teams do in order to not be able to move forward and grow either your team or just your business or your income overall. So this excites me. It's what drew me to EXP in the first place. I know that realtors struggle with all these things that Kat has said because people have paid me to coach them through problems that I wasn't even sure were really solvable in most environments. And so to me, it just brings me a lot of joy because I'm seeing it firsthand, literally impact realtors' lives and businesses. But when we can really help you with the training and the marketing and this additional, travel capacity and this network, it's just really going to be something that I think is going to really, change the face of a lot of people's business, which I'm super excited about.
Me too. Me too. Okay, so access, Cari, I'm going to let you take it away.
Yeah. So what I was speaking to a little bit earlier, which was, people that partner with us get access to all of this without any additional fees. So not only do you already have 50 plus hours of training within the EXP atmosphere, by the way, which is all virtual and super flexible that you can take advantage of wherever you are, whenever you want to, which I think really speaks to a lot of realtors today and a lot of people in general who have chosen to be more flexible with their schedules and be more mobile and things of that nature. But in addition to that, within our network, we offer every single day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, trainings, masterminds, and or coaching and accountability sessions. And these are all via Zoom. So you can get to know people. You have access to me through these. Kat will be attending some of these. Some of these we're going to be dividing and conquering on. I bring in other coaches within our network as well, and our larger group at EXP to pour into our people. And so it really does expose you just to a lot of people succeeding in different parts of the country or world, so that you can take this information from, people who are doing exactly what you are doing or want to do and really grow from it. In addition, when you join us, we're going to help you with onboarding. We're going to make sure that you get everything up and running, your technology, etc. We do have a great CRM and website that is offered to everybody in EXP. So we'll help you navigate that. There's boot camps, there's trainings, there's on-demand trainings that we can assist you with, but just so that you start using the tools that we know will help you gain business. Also, I do offer one-on-one coaching as needed. You actually become part of our network. You'll have access to a link that you can schedule a free 30-minute call with me. If you're one of our partners, I'm here to help you with that. Specifically, if you're looking to grow a team, as Kat had said earlier, that is an area of expertise of mine as well. And so locally, if you're really looking to kind of become more of a leader, or even if you see our network and you're just really well connected, even if it's not local to you, but you really want to create some infrastructure inside of our world, we want to grow through you, and I can really help with that. That's one of my areas of expertise. We also have a workplace group, which is essentially like Facebook. It's inside of EXP. And we have a number, 7,500 people across the world that actually network, send and receive referrals, collaborate, do trainings. It's really a great, great resource. In addition to that, every morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern, a business partner of ours who is also a high-level coach does a free coaching call focused on real estate productivity, and it's phenomenal. People have paid him a lot of money to be their coach, and he is doing this for us for free. If you happen to be on Pacific time zone, he does Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m. Pacific as well. So we'll make sure that you have the information based on your time zone. Those are just a few of the things. There are a whole bunch more that we continue to add, shared resources, opportunities for you to be connected with people in certain niches within our group. We are just here to help you build your business inside of our network with all of the tools and the connections and the people and the access and the coaching and training you need. You do not need to, and you won't attend all of these. You'll pick and choose what makes sense for you and your business growth. We'll help point you in the right direction, but I think it just shows that you have access to so many things. There's really no reason that you're not going to be able to feel engaged and motivated and educated so that you can continue to level up in your business and life.
100%. And just to talk on the last 3 bullet points there, the Habitats by Cat team, which is in addition to what Cari's coaching business is offering, we do monthly happy hours, really to get to know each other and to share best practices. A lot of the realtors joining my team love the idea of having another revenue stream, thanking their clients with an experience versus a material item. And so helping them book travel is just another way to grow your business. You can add value back to your clients and create really cool marketing behind the notion of having a travel service in addition to a real estate service. And there are other ways of combining it, but that's just one. So again, that collaboration with other agents that are in our community can be really beneficial to your business. We also have a social engagement platform, which is similar to Facebook with different chat rooms called Geneva. And then we also do supplier training. So if you're someone that wants to learn about tour companies, hotel companies, resorts, vacation properties, all of these different travel experiences, you could tap into our supplier training. You can book personal travel for yourself and earn cash back, or again, you can offer this service to your client base. And I think that's it. I will go on to the next page. So training and marketing opportunities. EXP has some great certifications that you can use to really level up your marketing. So I'll let Cari take over the first couple here.
Yeah, I mean, the coolest thing about EXP is there are so many different certifications that you can receive as a real estate entrepreneur that not only is going to help you in your marketing and stand apart from the competition when you go on appointments, and just another talking point and more education you receive that you can be out there and sharing with your databases, your sphere of influence, your clients, your past clients, etc. It's all free and it's included in just being with this company. And so once you become certified, it does open up doors of opportunity for you and other connections and other referral sources. And there's groups inside of our workplace that you then become part of, so that if somebody's looking for somebody else in a different part of the country that's also certified in that, because they know that there's some alignment there in how you're educated and treat your clients, that's going to open up the door for more business. Many people are learning based, but so just being able to really be more educated in these is really key. We do know that there's probably going to be a bit more in the way of REO. So if it's something that interests you, if you happen to have some experience in the past in maybe banking or financial services or mortgage, there are some people that really feel like their past has also aligned them with being able to be a good agent for those REO properties, or maybe you have some good connections with banks and so forth. We can help you with that. And that certification is fantastic. And I think there is going to be some opportunity in the next couple of more than there was in the past few. We do, of course, have the relocation certification. So if you're in an area that people are migrating to or relocating to, or there's some big organizations or companies that are always bringing people in, this would be a great certification. And this really does fall in line with the travel because you can offer that and really be truly a concierge and stand yourself even above and beyond anybody else in your market as this relocation specialist that also offers this to people that are going to be traveling to a place to get to know it, to then purchase a property. And Kat can talk more about that, but to me, that makes a whole lot of sense. Our Affinity Plus certification is actually similar to relocation. It's just not with relocation companies. Therefore, you go into businesses and you actually become their realtor, and you help them as almost an employee benefit. If you added the travel benefits onto that, that could be really interesting to offer to businesses. If you're connected to people that own businesses or are in leadership in businesses, that would be an interesting one and could absolutely help you grow your business. The last one is the Express Offer certification and the iBuyer program. Most recently, Express Offers actually has started a short-term rental division. So we have large institutional investors who are looking to purchase short-term rental properties across the country. And when you become Express Offer certified and go through the extra short-term rental certification process, you now are opted in, if you want to receive the leads of those investors, which is really awesome. Obviously, if you are in the short-term rental space or in a short-term rental market, the travel just makes a whole lot of sense. And when you combine the two, it really, really helps you, I think, take your real estate business as well as your travel business to the next level. By the way, EXP is the only company that has an internal iBuyer program anymore. So that really stands us apart, helps you when you're going out on listing presentations. It's just another tool in your toolbox and another way to receive referrals and get business as well.
Yeah, and that's a great segue into the remaining bullet points here. But for short-term rental agents or agents that just do a lot of rental deals, on the travel side, we work with suppliers that have inventory of vacation properties across the world, such as Vacasa, who you see there, Stay Haven, Top Villas are three main ones that we work with. And so you can market yourself back to your clients and say, do you want to live in Mexico for a month or two? Do you want to go to Paris? Do you want to live in Europe for a month? This is becoming a major trend, digital nomads, or this younger generation. They're looking for experiences. They may not be homeowners, but man, would they love to go live in another country for a month. And you could really get ahead of that, which is such a cool and competitive way to market yourself locally as a real estate agent. So a Vacasa vacation program, they're actually a supplier with us, as I mentioned, but they have a new lead generation program that's going to be handing out short-term rental leads. And so we are working closely with them to learn more about this program, but they also offer additional training and referral partner, because they're also a management company, as a way to earn extra money, but also to become an expert in advising investors how to purchase a short-term rental asset. And if you are a travel professional and a real estate professional, you are automatically, you're standing out from the crowd to advise someone on what's a great Airbnb-like investment, because you're in travel. So you know what people are looking for. Our travel seller training is specifically how you can sell travel, how you become a luxury travel advisor, and how to perform those daily tasks. The HBK hospitality training is really about what I spoke previously, is my experience. When I first started in New York City real estate, I couldn't rely on my previous transactions to win over new clients. The only thing I had to win over clients was my hospitality experience, and it happened to work. I was able to remove myself from the pressure of being a new agent when someone asks you, well, how many deals have you done? Have you done something in this area? Instead of saying no and then freezing, I spoke to my previous experience, my experience at Marriott, what I did for consumers, the companies I worked for. And we are in the process of putting together this training that's going to really help you level up your communication and your customer service.
It's all, I continue to say that as we move into the new market, which is, I think, a very good thing, but people have to adjust. It's like the more skills-based realtors can become, and the more they can stand themselves apart from the competition, is really going to be the name of the game. And I think both of these things really kind of fit that bill, which is awesome.
Yeah, and I think people always want to know something different and unique, and realtors at times have a bad rep. I think we all know that. And so in a way, in today's environment, it's not good enough to be the agent that just says, oh yeah, I've sold all these homes. Okay, what else? What makes you different? Because there's other people who have sold just the same amount of homes in this area too. So you can really become competitive and almost win more business than these people if you're creative and you think outside the box. And I think that's what we're trying to do at Habitat.
Yes.
So personal branding, this is something I'm, really passionate about, especially it's really what helped me start my real estate business. I relied on my personal branding to then build up my list of deals that I was able to get through. So as part of joining the Habitats by Cat team, we have a whole hospitality division where we're going to support you in building your personal brand. We have business planning templates that you can download that literally prompt you to think about the questions and then put the answers down so that you put together your brand. What are your pillars? What's your bio? What are your brand colors? What kind of hashtags are you looking to target? Who are you outside of selling real estate and or selling travel? And we have a fantastic website program with digital marketing support to make this possible and affordable. And when you really hone in on your personal brand, it's the foundation, which then you can build your real estate brand above that. And so we have a great mentorship behind this. I operate Habitats by Cat with my twin sister, who happens to be a realtor in Denver. Her name is Samantha Heyer. Before I persuaded her to come work with me, she worked in communications and PR for 10 years. And so she is an expert in messaging and figuring out what your brand is. And she hops on a complimentary 45-minute consultation with everyone who purchases a website through us. It's a one-time fee of $2.99 with a $5 a month digital marketing support. So really affordable. Websites are not cheap and offer additional discounts if you were to join our team and our network.
That's huge because most real estate professionals, that is not what they are. Most entrepreneurs, that is not actually where they are skilled. Where they're skilled is in conversations with people and relationships and influence. And so one of the things that I've noticed throughout the years that real estate agents really struggle with is their personal branding. Like, how do they actually get out there authentically so they can be found? How can they create uniqueness? And otherwise, you're just going to traditional brokerages that just tell you to do one thing and everybody has the same website. And how are you ever going to be found when everybody looks the same, right?
And it's funny, people work with other people based on human connection. Like, I remember one of the deals I landed, I mentioned to that client that I happened to be from Boston. And they had some story about their family being from Boston and how much they love Boston. And we went back and forth with the neighborhood restaurants. And then we ended up working together and we closed the deal together 6 months later. So it ended up, they didn't even care about anything else. I wasn't grilled on my performance, my numbers, the amount of sales I've done, nothing. The whole relationship opened up and we had this connection about being from Boston. Guess what? That comes from my personal branding. The more you can get out there about yourself, the more someone else is going to make a connection with something about you. And they're going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe that. Like, whether it's where you went to school or where you're from, or where your parents are from, you want people to draw connections to you. And you do that by sharing more about your personal brand. It's a really great strategy to just win new business and get new clients through the door.
Absolutely. So having somebody that's going to help you with this, that you can bring both into your travel and real estate, is just awesome. It doesn't exist like this in many places, and people pay a lot of money for some help in this arena, but not to the level that we're going to do with our network. So I'm very excited about that. That is something that I always love to learn about myself. So there's a few other benefits that we wanted to mention. And Kat, alluded to this earlier, which is like coming from other careers, many people coming from corporate America and other business ventures prior to becoming an entrepreneur are used to 401ks and healthcare benefits and all of these things. And it's just interesting when real estate agents get into real estate, even if they're really successful and sell quite a bit of real estate, what they kind of realize shortly therein is like, okay, so yes, I make money, then I'm giving a lot of it to my broker, and then I'm having to save 30% for taxes, and then I have to pay for my own healthcare. I don't have a 401k, nothing's building the background. I'm not making as much money as I thought I was. And how do I have a whole bunch extra to save for retirement? I don't. And those are the Achilles heels of this industry. And when I realized that eXp Realty had these things, and it was truly these were true benefits, and I started to see people who were telling stories about how this was really changing the face of their business and their life, I had to look into it. I mean, it was the responsible thing to do as a leader. I couldn't turn, my cheek to it. I had to really look at it. And once I did, it was just something that I was unable to unsee. And I really, quite frankly, felt an obligation to tell people about it, which is how I found myself at the company. So the first one is the agent equity program, which a lot of people don't know about. And it's really not something that's like widely talked about. If people say they've researched eXp, most of the time they haven't actually heard about this. This is actually where you can take 5% of each of your commission checks and just opt into the program. It's completely optional. You opt in or opt out at any time. But when you're opted in, the company will take that 5% and they'll actually buy company stock at a 10% discount in your name. It's always liquid cash, so you can cash it out anytime because it's your money, but you make money on your money right away, similar to a 401k that might be matched, as an example. It is a really great retirement or savings plan. We do highly recommend it. It is absolutely unique to eXp. Traditional brokerages are not offering anything like this. First of all, most of them are not publicly traded companies like this in a way where their agents are shareholders. That's very unique. And so this is why we get this opportunity. And there are stories of people who have been in my world just in the last 12 to 15 months that have reached out to let me know that they have double-digit figures in this account. A couple of them have had to reach into it to use it for some emergent situations at the end of the year. And they were so grateful for it. And other people are just looking at this and saying, wow, if this has happened in just 1 year, I'm going to think about what this could look like in 10 years. I've not saved a penny for retirement, but I can already see how this is growing. So the company, since I've been here just in the last 15 months, our stock has increased 50%. So my husband and I have made quite a bit of money in our stock. We would have been selling real estate and doing what we were doing no matter where we were. But to have this extra retirement plan has just been huge for us. And so I am very excited about that program. On top of that, you also get gifted stock at this company as a shareholder, and that also grows. That does have a vesting period because it's gifted. So that's something separate. The second thing that has been transformational for people that we just wanted to make sure that you knew about was the affordable health care. Because, as a family of four, we had recently been paying $1,400 a month for a basic kind of high deductible, full comprehensive benefit plan for a family of four with like Blue Cross Blue Shield, just as an example. And we've had this for years. My husband and I have been entrepreneurs forever. And so we were just used to paying, $1,000 plus every month for years on end. When we came over, we took advantage of the affordable health care. We actually reduced our liability by having lower deductibles, and we now pay $600 a month, which is a massive savings for our family per year. And on top of that, we are able to put that in an HSA account. So we actually save money on taxes too. So we're literally benefiting financially in 3 different ways. It has been huge for us. We have members in our group that came to eXp that didn't have healthcare at all because they couldn't afford it, which they never shared with us. But then later they told us like it was such a burden. They were so nervous about it, especially because some of them were a little bit older, that like if something happened, they would have been in dire straits. They were able to actually opt into some major medical with wellness benefits, with like prescription benefits for like very little money. And it makes, different sorts of healthcare options available to entrepreneurs in real estate, which just doesn't exist anywhere else. So you could actually get a free healthcare insurance quote, even if you're not with eXp, but you're considering it. You could actually go ahead and grab that Calendly link that's on the screen, and you can just do it. This is with the third party. He'll just do a free call and give you quotes. If you joined eXp, this is what it would look like. To some people, literally, they're saving $800 a month, $1,000 a month, $500 a month. What if you could put that back in your business and get more leads and increase your marketing? Like Kat said, and have a peace of mind because you have a better healthcare program. I mean, truly, it could be a really awesome opportunity for many of you watching. We find that 1 in 3 realtors join EXP with healthcare being one of their top reasons. And so it really is something that I know is really needed amongst those in our industry.
Yeah, and just the last benefit here, which obviously is my wheelhouse, is travel benefits. So if you're an agent watching this and want to add this as a service and earn more money doing so, you can absolutely do that. And joining my team is the best way to get that off the ground. But if you're an agent that's like, I don't really want to sell travel, but I love traveling for myself, and maybe you want some personal branding support and you want the hospitality training that will really help you grow your real estate business, then you can take advantage of joining my travel agency as a personal benefit. We're going to give you access to our suppliers. You're going to be able to book travel like a travel professional, and we're going to pay you cash back on everything that you book. And again, when you have a corporate job, which most of us maybe have had, you get all of it, including the travel perks, but there are no brokerages that are really offering it. And so we're just really excited to put together our businesses under this umbrella to make it possible. So think of my agency as a personal travel benefit, but also a way that you can grow your business. It's one or the other. Nothing's mandatory. It's really what makes the most sense for you. And extra revenue share. Take it away, Cari.
Yes, there's a couple extra things if you partner with us here within Habitats by Cat and EXP Realty. The first one I'm going to start with is really, we are agent owners, and most people don't really understand what revenue share is. In fact, I think there's a lot of misinformation out there. When I researched EXP Realty coming from a franchise world, and having expanded across state lines and realizing all the difficulty in the franchise world to do that. And when I understood revenue share as an actual team and business building model, it was really exciting. It essentially is just giving you an opportunity to utilize your connections, your relationships. And if you want to build a team or help grow our network, you actually benefit financially instead of a broker owner or an owner of a franchise who you hardly know or ever see, right? It's giving the power and the income opportunities and the diversification of income. Like Kat said, it's like, man, if we don't have to put all of our eggs in one basket and we don't have to be so stressed out to realize that, like, if we don't sell a house today or this month, we can't pay our bills. And far too many realtors are in that situation where they feel like they're just on a hamster wheel of chasing every real estate transaction. And it's actually not a great quality of life. But it is kind of what happens in this industry. So if you can add in things from travel and revenue share and the stock options and the savings there, making money on your own money, and all of those things that we've talked about, it starts to unravel that that feeling a little bit of like, you know, I've got to sell a house in order to pay my bills and make money. And when you release that sort of feeling of scarcity and you're a little bit more abundant in your mindset because of what you have going on, you almost always end up growing your business because there's something energetically that happens when you can let go of the outcome. So that's a whole nother conversation, but I've literally seen this help people's business grow just simply because it's unlocked a certain mindset in them that they didn't have somewhere else. Revenue share is simply an opportunity for you to bring people into our network or into EXP Realty. And instead of a franchise owner getting paid, our company EXP Realty is going to pay our agents 50% of that revenue to say thanks for helping us grow. Because what they knew is that realtors have relationships with other realtors. Realtors know people that are getting their real estate license, and we've got the relationships to help grow, and we can pour into each other. And what this actually does is it allows Kat and I to partner together without Kat having to pay me or vice versa, with us being able to pour into you guys without having to, you know, pay us for every coaching call or the training, because we all have vested interest in each other's success. It's actually a true success through others because the company has chosen to pay us and not take it from the agent. So this isn't coming out of your pockets, it's coming from the company. And it would be the same if you get paid because you help us grow. And Kat's going to talk a little bit about the agent experience managers, because this unlocks a whole opportunity inside of our network that we already are talking to people about. And it's going to be a huge opportunity. But before she gets to that, I just wanted to touch for 1 second on the team leaders and CEOs of brokerages and things of that nature. I've been a team leader. I've grown, 40 plus teams across the country. I've been the CEO of a real estate brokerage. If you happen to be watching this and you're one of those people, or you want to be one of those people, this model of revenue share and the flexibility within the team building models of EXP is something that is truly revolutionary, that if you want to learn about it, I'm happy to talk with you about it. Absolutely no obligation. Most people don't understand what is available here, not only from tools and resources and coaching and training and marketing to grow your business and help you grow that team or brokerage inside this brokerage, but honestly, it really truly is the model that allows you to actually be more advantageous to agents, to help actually bring in better talent and retain them, because you get paid by the company and you can offer them the benefits. You actually have a very interesting opportunity to grow that is much different than if you're trying to do it inside of more of a traditional model. So that's just something that I would absolutely partner with you on. And you could do that inside of our network. So you're not joining a team where you're losing your growth or autonomy. You're actually joining a network where you could go and take this and run with it however you want to, as big or small, and in whatever capacity. And we're here to support you with that.
Yeah, and really the Asian experience managers is a combination of both of those. And how I came up with this concept was being in real estate in New York. I've learned that as a realtor, you wear so many hats. There's so many aspects of the job you're doing, from when you submit an offer to closing day. And I've learned there are parts of that job that I'm really good at versus other parts of that job. I'm really good at submitting offers, negotiating. I have no issues with that. Am I great with paperwork? Absolutely not. Am I good when you're in contract, kind of nurturing and babysitting the deal? Not really. I'd rather be out soliciting new business. And it's really, you need to learn where you perform best so that you can outsource these other parts of the deal, of that transaction. So for agent experience managers, if you're somebody who doesn't love negotiating the deal, you don't want to take the lead on transactions, but you're good operationally, you like guiding realtors of where to go, whether it's training, or they need help with the deal, or they need to find attorneys or lenders, or they like recruiting new agents to join our community. They help onboarding and training. This operational component is what I believe the agent experience managers excel at. They don't want to be feet on the ground on showings. They want to be that resource for the team and for other real estate agents. And that's what this role is all about. And if you found yourself in that position where you love real estate, but you don't want to be an agent, we certainly have a place for you. And the revenue share model with a way to earn passive income, but also earning passive income through my travel agency, you have two revenue streams right there. And so if that's something that interests you, you can definitely reach out to me. You can reach out to Cari to learn more about that opportunity. And last but not least, connect with us. We'd love to speak with you. We'd love to have a consultation to learn more about your business and how we can help you.
I'm super excited. Hopefully you guys won't be shy and you can reach out. As you can probably tell, Kat and I also have very similar, I think, behavior styles. We're pretty laid back. We know the right people will come to us. We are not high pressure. We definitely are diligent in follow up, and we want to make sure you know what this opportunity entails, because we really have passion around that. It is going to bring a lot of value to a lot of people. If this isn't something that you're interested in, but maybe you thought of somebody in your mind while you're watching this, make that introduction. You can feel at ease that we aren't going to be high pressure salespeople, but rather just, able to have a conversation and see if it might be a good fit. But we really are excited for the opportunity to talk to many of you. And if you want to talk a little bit more about the overarching partnership of Habitats by Kat, of course, Kat's going to be your best person to chat with about that. If you're just a little bit curious about EXP first, before if you'd want to be part of the network, you can certainly come to me first. Otherwise, we will make sure that you have a conversation with both of us as you're exploring it, at the right timing. So we're excited to talk to many of you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you.